Hello Mallards, it is Wednesday and there is no witches tonight, which means I just get to see a bunch of shows. I saw my first show already. It is Gertrude Stein's Not Slightly, a play, which was over at Savoy. It was a 30-minute production and I've chosen this piece of art for it. This piece of art is called Tomorrow by Havetelo. That's what we're gonna go with. It is a piece of art that I don't necessarily understand, and that goes with a play that I definitely didn't understand, but that is absolutely the point. They start their curtain speech by explaining that Gertrude Stein didn't think that people needed to understand things, just enjoy them, and I absolutely did enjoy this show. He relieves you from the responsibility of having to make stuff make sense, and you just get to sit back and let the show wash over you. It is visually amazing. So it is done in this set that is essentially 6 or 7 dioramas, artistic dioramas with some moving parts in them and lighting and interactions. And then the story is told through audio and some voice effects and some sound. And the entire 5 acts of the play are read, but it is only 30 minutes. It's very, very short. And it's strange, and it doesn't necessarily have a plot or anything to follow, but it's stunning to experience. I just finished show number 2, which was Carmilla and American Gothic, and there really is no better piece of art than this one. This is called Because the Night by Amber, I'm gonna go with Valois. I can't guarantee that that's how you say the last name, but that's how I would pronounce it. And really, if you're going for a Gothic vampire show, this is the absolute perfect piece of artwork to talk about it. Carmilla is fantastic. This show does star 2 of the understudies from The Witches in the lead roles, and they do such a good job. It is a queer, Gothic vampire story that is both a little bit creepy, a little bit spooky, and incredibly heartwarming. And it just made me so happy from start to finish. It's beautifully staged, and it has a really uplifting story, and it has some like angsty vampire romance. And if I'm a sucker for anything, it is angsty vampire romance. They still have shows remaining. Link down there to tickets. You absolutely need to see Carmilla. Show number 3 for the evening was Shanties over in Teal, and I'm once again in front of a piece of JBauerArt, and it once again is too large to actually fit in the frame unless I like really hold my arm out. So there you go. You can see the whole thing. Shanties is basically pirate shanties except sung in the Star Wars universe. It's a 45-minute show. It is the crew of the Wretched Hive, a ship, and they exchange and pitch different shanties. They have a rebel shanty, an imperial shanty, well, more of an imperial soldier ballad song, a rebel shanty, and a different imperial shanty, and then just some smuggler shanties. It's really fun. If you like Star Wars, there's a lot of inside jokes. If you aren't particularly up on Star Wars, it is still incredibly good because the harmonies are fantastic. The songs are easy to catch on to because they're shanties and you don't need to know the context to enjoy them. Their set is simple and their costumes are fantastic, and the whole vibe of the show is just absolutely phenomenal. I loved it from start to finish. I don't think I'll be able to see it again, not just because my schedule is busy, but also because they're gonna sell all of their shows out. But I hope that they get patrons pick and I can see it again on Monday, because it's absolutely a show worth seeing more than once. Show number 4 for the day was Willie Carlisle's Peculiar Missouri. The piece of art I have chosen is called CD 3D Jazz. Peculiar is not a jazz show. It is folk, but there wasn't a folk version of this. This is by Sprung. It is CDs that have been painted to create, you can see like the saxophone and jazz elements, which is really freaking cool. She actually had 3 pieces, and one of them I'm pretty sure had a guitar on it, but it's already sold. So we're stuck with the saxophone. And the show that I went to see is called Peculiar Missouri. It is by Willie Carlisle, who is one of my favorite Fringe artists. He's incredibly talented. He plays the banjo, the accordion, the guitar, and the fiddle. And he does folk song shows where he talks about not just the folk songs he's singing, but also the history of them, the history of the places that he gets them, and does sort of an anthropological history study of the genre as well as the presentation of the music and all of that. He's incredibly talented, and his shows are always very heartfelt and enjoyable. I loved his first show here at the Fringe so much. I have enjoyed the albums he's released, and I love this show just as much. It's a very personal journey, which is touching and beautiful, and the music is so good, and you're gonna leave feeling uplifted, pretty much guaranteed. As always, links down there to the shows, links down there to the art, and the only thing that I have left today is that I'm gonna make my way over to the Flashlight Cabaret. But there won't be a video of that because it never repeats, so I'll see you tomorrow.